You can learn another language without going to another country. You can learn a foreign language from the comforts of your own home. How is this possible? Well, let's find out. Steve Kaufman, Lydia Makova, Ali Richards, Elisa Bolese. These are some polyglots that are very good, know many languages, and help others. Steve Kaufman has a website, Link. Lydia Makova. She is a proponent of the gold list. She also helps and teaches others. Ali Richards has written some short stories. Elisa Bolese. She actually is a proponent of the ability to speak multiple languages or learn multiple languages at the same time. This is very, very interesting. I will probably speak more on this in another video. It's interesting because many people say, you can't do more than one language. And having watched her video, I wish I could find it and post it for you, but I can't. But it is very good, and I, of course, will speak on it later on in another audio. All of them believe in comprehensible input. All of them. What is comprehensible input? That will be another video as well. Listening. Listening is key. So, what happens is vocabulary is built from comprehensible input. Vocabulary from the gold list. Stories. That's how you're going to acquire some of your vocabulary. Songs. Any way that you want. As it says, how it is acquired differs. My opinion is short stories are best. Short stories are something that provide vocabulary. Short stories are difficult to read, no matter what level, if you're a beginner. And if you're advanced or intermediate, again, you have to consider what is comprehensible input. How far do you want to take your language learning? Repetition. The short stories give you the chance to repeat the story over and over. Who wants to do that? That's a very good question. But let me say, no matter what length the story is, 1 page, 4 pages, 10 pages, 100 pages, repetition is very crucial because no matter what level, again, you should be learning new words. You should be trying to achieve the fluency that you're looking for. For the most part, most of my audios are going to come from being, say, a beginner. They give you the opportunity to repeat. Repeat the listening, repeat the speaking, the reading, all of this. It is very, very important. What? Stories give you the opportunity to speak? How is that possible? That is a good question. But it's an easy answer. First, you can read the story out loud. You can read it out loud. Is that speaking? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. But it is a very good opportunity. Are you thinking that music is a better method? Well, many people like music. And As you can see, music are short stories. Short stories, music. Repetition. You sing the song more than once, don't you? You're singing it out loud. You're learning vocabulary. You are having the opportunity to speak. So yes, music is another method. Listening and comprehensible input. That is one of the most important keys that all of them talk about. Listening. Listening is important because truthfully, if you're trying to speak, which most people want to do, is speak the language, how do you speak it? How do you communicate if you can't understand what you're hearing? Parlez-vous français? Ni hao. Yes, you can say many things. Posso te ajudar? These words are probably meaningless unless you can understand them. Here is a short story, a mini story, from Steve Kaufman's LinkQ website. As you can see, Giustino è emozionato per la vacanza invernale. Ha del tempo libero in inverno. Non deve lavorare per 2 settimane. Vuole andare in vacanza. Ma non sa dove andare. And you can practice it again and again, and you can listen to it. He has audios with his website so that you can listen and hear it. Both are good. Now, I'll close my eyes and try to at least tell the story. Yes, I'm going to try to tell the story now. Giustino è emozionato. Yes, part of what I'm thinking about right now is the story, and I didn't practice it. My eyes are closed. This next story that he has is, say, about, let's just say Giustino. It's just a name. Giustino, voglio andare in vacanza. Ellie, that's the wrong language. So yes, you can have some of these languages getting mixed up as far as on the languages, and that's fine. That's the repetition. That's the going over it. This is a little bit of trying to understand. Oh, as I can see, I actually got it wrong. It's vacanza in here, but so that's pretty good in my opinion. I still have the story going. And that's where the speaking is good. I open my eyes. I see. That's what's good about the mini stories. You get to practice your speaking. And is it comprehensible? In my opinion, the answer is yes. Did I know many of these words when I started it with the Italian? You can figure out emozionato, la vacanza. Good. Tempo? Probably so. Andare. No, vuole. So there are many words that you probably don't know, but you look them up and you learn the vocabulary. I do not use his software. His software is probably great, but I don't do it that way. I'll talk about that momentarily. Luca Lamparello, he uses the writing method. Lydia uses the writing method. Me, I like that. So I started writing the words down here so that I can have it, the phrases. And I started putting these phrases down. I'm also learning German and French. Is this too difficult? No. But there is something that I learned from Elisa's video. I have Portuguese foundation. I learned it on my own. And it definitely helps. To learn 3 of them at one time, same families, all of that is really going to be difficult, in my opinion. And because of the fact that you are maybe mixing them. But again, if you remember vocabulary is very important, and it's acquired. So you can see some of the words. The one reason why I started learning French, truthfully, is because of Elisa. Steve talked about learning 3 languages at a time, and he was doing this, but then he watched a video by Luca, where Luca is learning 3 at a time. And so Steve changed his way. Instead of maybe 3 months at a time, he's now going to do all 3 of them at one time. These people are very good. They're polyglots. They have a foundation. But the purpose of this video is the methods. Their methods are good. Their methods are helpful. But it all comes down to comprehensible input. Comprehensible input. That is key. So I started writing them. The reason why French, I noticed that bonjour. I noticed a similarity in the languages. Here you can see vacanza. Vacances. I might not have pronounced it correctly. I am in the listening phase. I am in the vocabulary building phase, and I am in the pronunciation phase for French. So, again, you don't mix them up. I haven't taken classes from any of these individuals. So I'm not 100% sure what Elisa would be saying as far as speaking those languages. Like I said, I watched one of her videos. I thought it was outstanding. I wish I could find it and put it into the link below as far as in my details, but I couldn't. I did put one of Lucas into here. I put one of Lydia's, and I put one of Steve's. Each gives a little bit of a perspective of what I think is learning. This is my rendition of the gold list. It is important to put more than just the word. Luca said it. Lydia says this. Why is it important? Okay, we can look at fracta Ron. Ask Ron. I can understand it. Fracta. You might not understand it. That's an easy word at times. Warum hast du? Why have you? But you don't need to put the rest of it. But by dropping and just using some words at times, single words, you don't really understand the context. Arbeitet. That's a good one. Why? Because he, arbeitet. This is a conjugated verb. So using just one word, is not really going to help you because you missed the key part. He or she, the article, the person, the subject. So it is important to put that. I went a little bit further. Comprehensible input. I took this from Harry Potter. Harry Potter is my favorite book to read. But it is way too advanced for me. Way too advanced. But I know the story. So I decided I would go ahead and use this method here to do my gold list and to start making it a comprehensible input. Again, you get to read, you get to learn it. How are you? These are words that you're going to say. Ron, wie bist du? You're going to say these in nature, in real conversations. Good. So I took what Lydia had put out and I went this method. Truthfully, for me, it was too soon to actually break it down into the 4 sections. Do I remember a lot of these words? I do remember them now as I'm looking at it and reading it. Do I remember it when I first started? Probably not. To taking a break, extra languages, etc. So now, when I work on this from Italian and French, I won't actually do the 4 days for memorization quite like this, Because really, in my opinion, as I said, reading is very good. You can read books, Ollie's books. You read them and you get the words over and over, and they become normal. I said you get the opportunity to speak. Reading this list out loud, as a for instance, is also very helpful. Going back here, you don't see English. I can understand what I wrote. This is a very good example of a short story, a vocabulary, and not putting it into the English so I don't get used to translating what is actually being said, and it becomes more normal of what my brain will think, your brain will think, and it is very good. We get to repeat it. Vuole andare in Francia. La Francia, biglietti, costano, francese, decidi di studiare il francese. Ah, yes, so you're getting to repeat, and repeating these words are a very good way to learn them. So, but I do need to write them down, and that is the reason why I will only I personally will just use one column for my words, because it's the comprehensible input. They talk about N+1. Again, this is another video, but this is where you have to decide, are you going to go to school, or are you going to learn it in your house? I do not know how these people offer courses, but since they have learned the languages, they have refined it. And what I will say, this material here, I'm sure everybody's going to give you similar material because I've seen it before in books. This, short stories, these are good. This is one of Ollie's short stories. It's in Italian, and it's very good. As you can see, let's say, I may not have put enough into here. Sono alto 1 metro. Ah, I see. I don't know how to say the numbers yet. So, 24 anni. You can understand some of it just by reading it. Viaggio. Don't know what that is? Well, I do. But that is, say, for the travel, the trip. And you get to learn these. I didn't go into all the details. I have one of his books, and he actually has done a good job by putting vocabulary at the end on some of this as well. All of these methods are good. This is a longer story, but it is a short story. I am no polyglot, as I've said. I'm a beginner on all these languages. But the point being, the best way to learn is your way. It is not my way. I can help you. Not as good as the people I've listed. They can help you better. They know the languages. They know the complexities. Me, I'm kind of like just learning them. But by learning them, I also can help. But that's not my point. My point, really, what I want to do is the short stories. I want to help people read in a certain way. So my focus is going to be on short stories, and I will be posting those every so often. Again, you can learn a language. It is up to you, your choice. Learning it in the comforts of your own home does not mean that you don't need help. As I've shown you, you can call this help. This came from the professionals, the people that know how to do it. For me, finding this material was actually very good. I just found the stuff from Steve about a month or so ago. I didn't know it. Lydia is going to help you find it if you go with her. These are things that are very, very important. Finding the material, comprehensible input. Is this comprehensible? I think so. You may not think so. That's your choice. But I can tell you, I've gone through books and looked at books trying to learn it. And those are course materials. They might have some good points in them, and they're good for teaching. But are they really what you might consider comprehensible material? Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I will talk to you next time.